and few are the moments we together.
In 1971, America was still caught in the turmoil of the Vietnam War and sweeping cultural change, while music had become the voice of an entire generation. Alongside the superstars dominating the charts, many artists managed to shine with just one hit before gradually fading from the spotlight.
Toast and marmalade for tea.
Today, let's take a look back at 15 forgotten one-hit wonders from 1971 you need to hear. Songs that once captivated millions but have since been forgotten by many. Number 1. Bang a Gong, Get It On, T-Rex. Bang a Gong, Get It On was the biggest hit by the glam rock band T-Rex, written by Mark Bolan during the height of the glam rock explosion in early 1970s Britain. With its driving guitar riffs, infectious melody, and energetic lyrics, the song quickly became a sensation. It topped the UK charts and reached the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 after being retitled Bang a Gong in the US to avoid confusion with another song of the same name. T-Rex continued to dominate the British music scene with several more hits, but they were never able to match that success in America, leading the band to be regarded as a one-hit wonder in the US. Nevertheless, Mark Bolan's influence on glam rock remains undeniable. Number 2. I Hear You Knocking, Dave Edmunds. I Hear You Knocking was originally a rhythm and blues hit from the 1950s, but Dave Edmunds revived it with a rockabilly-inspired sound. Recording almost every instrument himself, Edmunds impressed listeners with his sharp guitar work and dynamic production style. The song reached number 1 in the UK and cracked the top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1971. A Welsh musician known for his multi-instrumental talents and production skills, Dave Edmunds went on to enjoy a long and respected career, collaborating with many well-known artists. However, he never scored another major hit in the United States, making him widely regarded as a one-hit wonder on the American charts. Number 3. Do You Know What I Mean? Lee Michaels. Do You Know What I Mean was written by Lee Michaels in a style that blended rock and soul, highlighted by his signature Hammond organ and heartfelt vocals. Centered on misunderstandings in a romantic relationship, the song connected with audiences through its relatable lyrics and memorable melody. It climbed to number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1971, becoming the biggest hit of Michaels' career. Born in California, Lee Michaels was known for performing with only a drummer, relying on his powerful keyboard playing to create a full sound. Although he continued releasing albums after this success, none achieved the same commercial impact. As a result, he is remembered primarily for this enduring classic. Number 4. Precious and Few, Climax.
Precious and few are the moments we together.
Precious and Few is a romantic ballad written by Walter D. Nims for the California-based band Climax. Its gentle melody and emotional harmonies made it a favorite on radio stations in early 1972, after its late 1971 release. The song peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the defining soft rock love songs of the era. Formed in the late 1960s, Climax had struggled to gain national attention before this breakthrough. Although the band continued releasing singles afterward, none came close to matching the success of Precious and Few. That lasting achievement secured their place among the most memorable one-hit wonders of the 1970s. Number 5. Timothy, The Buoys. Timothy became one of the most controversial songs of the early 1970s. Written by songwriter Rupert Holmes, it tells the story of three miners trapped underground, ending with a dark twist that many listeners interpreted as a tale of cannibalism. The song's shocking subject matter led many radio stations to ban it, but the controversy only fueled public curiosity. Despite the airplay restrictions, it climbed to number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1971. The Buoys, a rock band from Pennsylvania, hoped the hit would launch a long-term career. Unfortunately, they never produced another major hit and gradually faded from the spotlight, while Timothy remains one of the most unusual and unforgettable songs of its era. Number 6. Toast and Marmalade for Tea, Tintin.
Toast and marmalade for tea, sailing.
Toast and Marmalade for Tea is a dreamy psychedelic pop song by the Australian duo Tintin, consisting of Steve Kipner and Steve Groves. Written with a mellow melody and imaginative lyrics, the song reflected the lingering influence of late 1960s pop. One of its standout features was its production by Maurice Gibb of the Bee Gees, whose polished arrangements helped shape its distinctive sound.
Toast and marmalade for tea.
Released in 1971, the single reached the top 20 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became Tintin's biggest success in America. However, the duo failed to build on that momentum as their later releases attracted little attention. Tintin eventually disbanded, while Steve Kipner went on to enjoy a successful career writing hit songs for major recording artists.
All the games I see you play.
Number 7. Chirpy Chirpy Cheep Cheep, Mac and Katie Kissoon. Chirpy Chirpy Cheep Cheep was originally written by Lally Stott, but the version by siblings Mac and Katie Kissoon became one of the song's best-known recordings. Featuring an upbeat melody, catchy chorus, and cheerful pop sound, it quickly gained international popularity. The single reached the top 20 in the United States in 1971 and introduced the Trinidad-born duo to a wider audience. Mac and Katie Kissoon had been recording soul and pop music since the late 1960s, but had yet to achieve major commercial success. After this breakthrough, they continued releasing music and became sought-after backing vocalists for several famous artists. Even so, they never managed another major hit on the American charts. Number 8. Here Comes That Rainy Day Feeling Again, The Fortunes.
Here comes that rainy day feeling again.
Following the peak of the British invasion, the Fortunes reinvented their sound with a softer pop style. Here Comes That Rainy Day Feeling Again reflected that transition, combining heartfelt lyrics about heartbreak with rich vocal harmonies. Released in 1971, the song reached the top 20 on the Billboard Hot 100 and marked the band's return to the American charts after several quiet years.
Your face is always on my mind, girl.
Although the Fortunes had enjoyed success in Britain during the mid-1960s, their impact in the US had been relatively limited. The band continued touring and recording for many years, but they were never able to duplicate the chart success of this single. As a result, they are often considered a one-hit wonder in the American market.
The rainy days will go away.
Number 9. Resurrection Shuffle, Ashton, Gardner, and Dyke. Resurrection Shuffle is an energetic blend of rock, blues, and jazz performed by the British trio Ashton, Gardner, and Dyke. Written as a high-energy stage number, the song stood out for its driving keyboards, powerful brass section, and infectious rhythm. After becoming a hit in the United Kingdom, it crossed over to the Billboard Hot 100 in 1971, giving the band its biggest exposure in the United States.
Put your hand in your hip. You gotta
Ashton, Gardner, and Dyke earned respect for their musicianship and strong live performances. But despite releasing additional albums, they never achieved another major commercial hit. The group eventually disbanded in the mid-1970s, leaving Resurrection Shuffle as the defining song of their career. Number 10. Ocean, Put Your Hand in the Hand.
Put your hand in the hand of the man who steals the world.
1971. Put Your Hand in the Hand was written by Canadian singer-songwriter Jean McClellan, who drew inspiration from themes of faith, compassion, and the importance of treating others with kindness. Canadian band Ocean transformed the song into an uplifting blend of pop, gospel, and soft rock that resonated with listeners worldwide. Released in 1971, it climbed to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topped charts in several countries, becoming one of the year's best-selling singles. The song's positive message and memorable melody made it a radio favorite and earned Ocean international recognition. However, despite the massive success of this hit, the group failed to match it with later releases. As a result, Ocean remains remembered as one of the classic one-hit wonders of the early 1970s, with this timeless anthem defining their musical legacy. Number 11. Sweet City Woman, The Stampeders. Sweet City Woman was written by guitarist and lead singer Rich Dodson, who wanted to create an upbeat song celebrating love and city life. Its distinctive blend of banjo and catchy pop rock melodies gave it a unique sound during the early 1970s. Released in 1971, the song climbed to number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100, topped the Canadian charts, and won the Juno Award for Single of the Year. The Stampeders became one of Canada's most successful bands of the period. Although they continued to score hits in their home country, they never matched the song's success in the United States, making Sweet City Woman the highlight of their international career. Number 12. One Toke Over the Line, Brewer and Shipley. One Toke Over the Line was written by the folk rock duo Brewer and Shipley after a live performance, inspired by a slang expression referring to marijuana use. Although humorous in tone and reflective of the early 1970s hippie culture, the song sparked controversy because of its drug-related lyrics. Ironically, it was even performed on mainstream television programs by hosts who appeared unaware of its true meaning. Released in late 1970 and becoming a major hit in 1971, the single reached number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Brewer and Shipley continued recording and touring for years, but never enjoyed another hit of the same magnitude. Today, they are remembered almost entirely for this distinctive classic. Number 13. Gimme Dat Ding, The Pipkins. Trapped by a Thing Called Love, 1971, is the song that brought Denise LaSalle into the spotlight as a leading voice in early 1970s soul and R&B. The track, co-written by LaSalle herself, was inspired by the feeling of being in a love that is both sweet and confining, caught between the desire to leave and the emotional pull that makes letting go impossible. With her powerful, raspy, and deeply expressive vocal style, LaSalle delivered a compelling performance that helped the song reach number 1 on the R&B chart and enter the top 20 of the Billboard Hot 100, becoming the biggest hit of her career. Although she was unable to replicate similar success on the pop charts afterward, Denise LaSalle continued a long and respected career in soul and blues, earning recognition as a lasting and influential figure in the genre.
Lies can do my thing, that's why I sing. Gimme, gimme that day.
Number 14. Thin Line Between Love and Hate, The Persuaders.
Opens up the door and let me never was.
Thin Line Between Love and Hate was co-written by members of The Persuaders and tells the story of how quickly love can turn into hatred after a relationship falls apart. With its soulful vocals, emotional delivery, and timeless message, the song struck a chord with audiences. Released in 1971, it reached number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topped the US R&B chart.
It's a thin line between.
The Persuaders were a vocal soul group from New York, known for their outstanding harmonies. Although they remained respected within the soul music community, they never scored another crossover pop hit. Even so, Thin Line Between Love and Hate has been covered by numerous artists and remains one of the classic soul recordings of the 1970s. Number 15. Stick Up, Honeycomb. Stick Up was written by the legendary songwriting team Holland, Dozier, Holland, famous for producing countless Motown classics. Blending soul and funk with an infectious groove, the song cleverly compares falling in love to being robbed of your heart. Honeycomb delivered the track with powerful vocals and vibrant energy, helping it reach number 1 on the R&B chart and the top 20 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1971. At the time, the trio was considered one of the most promising female soul groups in the industry. Although they enjoyed several R&B hits, they gradually lost momentum on the pop charts and disbanded in the mid-1970s. On the Billboard Hot 100, however, Stick Up remains one of the group's most memorable achievements. Those were 15 forgotten one-hit wonders from 1971. Although each artist had just one major hit, they helped shape the colorful musical landscape of 1971 and left behind songs that are still worth listening to more than half a century later. Which song is your favorite? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more classic hits from the 1970s.